I'm also very conscious that in the crowd today, we have some incredible counsel, judges, observers of how Pakistan has fared over the last few years in its representation. And I do want to keep time for audience participation, because I think there's tremendous value in the room, both up here and down there. So I just, please don't be shy. Very keen to hear your views. So the way we'll structure this session is that I'll just be giving a very broad overview of how claims arise for Pakistan before international tribunals. And then I'll be putting two themes to my panelists. The first will be about them identifying one challenge, not the challenge, as to how Pakistan has fared before international tribunals. And the second theme will be what is one solution they're able to identify to improve Pakistan's representation. Again, it's not the solution, I'm just looking for one. So with that, let me just briefly set up the scene. The state of Pakistan, and that's what we're talking about here, appears before international tribunals in two ways, either by treaty or by contract. Now, in this case, we'll be looking at bilateral investment treaties. Of course, there are other treaties like the Indus Water Treaty and broader treaties, but we'd really be talking about investment treaties here, where Pakistan has over 50, some are in force, a few have been terminated. And in this case, all the conduct of all state organs, including the judiciary, can be brought before an ICSID, an INSITRAL, or any other tribunal. And investors can claim damages as a remedy. The other way these claims can come before a panel is through contract. And there, it's obviously the state of Pakistan, but also state entities can be party to that contract, and therefore, be brought before a particular panel, and that can be ICC, it can be LCIA, it can be SIAC arbitration, which I know you've heard about yesterday as well. Now I'll pause here because that's something perhaps a lot of people don't realize. Under investment treaty arbitration, the state can only be a defendant. It is very rare that you can raise a counterclaim. Under contract claims, of course, you can be claimant and respondent. So it's a very important point to bear in mind when we talk about the defense. So just to round it off, Pakistan was an early adopter to the New York Convention, signed it in 1968, same with ICSID, but it implemented them several years later. But better late than never, and that's 2011.